Hi, welcome to another lesson of peace education. Today, we are now in lesson number 10, and the title of the lesson is Efforts of Forefathers to Preserve Heritage. Again, lesson number 10, Efforts of Forefathers to Preserve Heritage. For the opening story, I know you are familiar with this one. This is the Hangul. During the time of King Sejul, this is the alphabet of Korea, or the Korean alphabet composed of 28 letters. The history of these letters are actually based from the Chinese letters. But during that time, Koreans are illiterate. That is why King Sejun did everything to create this Hangul with 28 letters for Koreans to have a distinct alphabet with only 28 letters for them to easily recognize alphabets and definitely informing words. So these letters this alphabet is actually recognized by UNESCO. So it is called actually the Hunminjingjong manuscript. So the Republic of Korea National Treasure number 70, UNESCO's Memory of the World Register. So that's the award received by the Hangul or the Korean alphabet. So this is Korean heritage. So it means this is the legacy of their past. Okay, this is the identity of the Korean people. So we quote, or I quote, our words and writings were also inherited from our ancestors. So it means they really give importance to Hangul or to these letters. Now, the main points of our lesson is heritage. Heritage is a valuable, tangible, and intangible tradition. It means tangible, you are sure of this tradition. Intangible, we are not clearly sure of this tradition from the ancestors' culture. Thus, they are cultural products from previous generations that are worthy of being passed down and inherited to the next generations. From a more expanded perspective, ideological values and people can be referred to as heritage as well. So we are not only referring to natural resources, to buildings, structure, but we also consider people as heritage. Now, preservation and development. Preserve means to protect heritage from ancestors and keep it in a good condition to pass down. Also, development means to make it better or advance it further. Now, the third main point is world peace. Peace refers to a state of calm where there is no war, conflict, or any dispute. World peace is the most crucial and best cultural heritage that all humans need. Okay, so for our exploration number one, the title is Humanities Heritage. So as you can see, World Heritage that should be preserved. So the UNESCO, this is a part of the United Nations. Actually, one of the focus of UNESCO is for world peace and at the same time for the preservation of the natural heritage. And here we can see that the UNESCO is showcasing the world's heritage in the whole world. So we can see the legend. The yellow ones are the cultural site, the green one are the natural site, and the yellow-green is the mixed site. And then we have site inscribed on the list of World Heritage in danger are in red color. So in total, in the whole world, there are 1,121 properties. There are 869 cultural, 213 natural, and 39 mixed. Okay, so there are also properties that are in danger. So when we say natural heritage or world heritage that is recognized by UNESCO, that is what? A national treasure of each country. That is a heritage that is the legacy of their past that the people can actually pass to the next generation. So peace education is teaching us to preserve what? Natural heritage. So that's why we need to understand as we Filipinos, we have also some of our natural resources are also recognized by the UNESCO, just like the Banawe rice terraces. So how we're going to preserve it? So definitely, as human being, we already learning that in school that preserving the natural resources means maintaining it and not destroying the appearance or the structure, and definitely yes, um, we are not abusing the structure or the natural heritage of the country. So what we are talking about here is we need to preserve the natural heritage. Why? That is our identity as a nation. Okay, and we will pass that to our next generation. So one of the World Heritage that should be preserved, just examples, are the Colosseum in Italy. If you are familiar with this one, we have the Great Wall in China, another, and the Sukguram Grotto in Korea. This is another natural heritage or world heritage that is, recognized by UNESCO. And the pyramid, definitely you are familiar with this, in Egypt. Now, value of world heritage. So as what I'm saying, this is the identity of a nation. We can know what is the culture, what is the tradition of a country through their natural heritage. Okay, this is the legacy of the ancestors. So as a responsible citizen of a country, we need to what? We need to have this heart of preserving our heritage because this is our legacy of our forefathers. Now, this it will be what? Rooted again to peace. So definitely for so long, the the threat actually, yung pwedeng magsumira sa mga natural heritage is because the peace is broken. And because peace is broken, there are wars. War from nation to nation. Definitely, this wars what? Could harm the natural heritage. That is why peace education is teaching world peace. Why? We need to preserve our heritage. Now, culture of mind and myself as world heritage. So man are also the heritage of culture, history, and values. So there are countries in the world like people are considered as what? The heritage, the human activities, the tradition, the way they dance, even the games that they play. For example, tug of war, that is actually famous in some of the Asian countries, like Philippines, for example. So tug of war is like a game, pulling the rope and then whoever wins, pull the rope to their side will win. So this is tago bar. This is a kind of intangible, heritage. It means not so clear when it comes to proof or evidence that they exist, but definitely through people, through their stories, you can say that tago war really exists in many different countries in Asia. Now let's proceed to exploration number 2, preservation and development of heritage. Okay, so one of the natural resources that being preserved is the Cambodia's Angkor Park. Because of the war that happened also in their country, okay, this is also threatened. But the efforts to restore is very huge. Okay, so that they were able to do that. They restored the Angkor Wat. Okay, it's actually the willpower. If the people really cooperate and the government or the citizen of the country really give importance to the natural heritage, they will what? Do some effort. They will step forward and do something to preserve their natural resources. So that is why the Cambodia was able to preserve this one, and we call this the ruined Angkor Wat, as you can see, and that one, as you can see, was preserved. And still, why we need to preserve that is to what? As part of tourist. We can showcase that to the world. Many people could visit. And at the same time, as what I'm saying a while ago, that is the identity of the nation. Now, efforts at various layers to preserve and develop world heritages. So definitely there are many, steps on how countries are like doing something to preserve and develop world heritage. So tours, actually you know, they are posting about it, and then they are like reporting it to the UNESCO, and the UNESCO will recognize this world heritage. This will be actually taught in school. It should be a part of curriculum to preserve and to develop, so that children would learn how to take care of the natural heritage of their country, right? So ituturo sa mga kabataan so that this youth of today are the ones to take care also of the heritage, because we instilled in their minds na mahalaga yung natural heritage for the identity of the country. So in that way, we can develop the world heritage, right? Now, let's proceed to exploration number 3. World Peace, the best heritage. So from the title itself, yes, the structure, we can actually consider them as our legacy. Yun ang mapapamana natin sa mga susunod na salinlahi. But actually, hindi ba tayo mag-aim ng mas magandang legacy na pwede nating ipamana sa ating mga susunod na generation? And that is world peace. That is why this is the best heritage. Okay? So we'll give an example how the Korea promotes world peace as heritage. So Korea, 100 years, like, I mean, Korea was colonized by Japan, and definitely they were influenced. Hindi sila pinagamit ng language nila. They were really captive, or, colonized. They were influenced. But then the Korean people has this, love for their country. They really have the concern for their country, and they're doing something, especially when the colonization ended, to what? To restore the world peace in their country. And they consider this as their heritage. Okay? Again, kinoconsider nila yung pagkakaroon ng kapayapaan sa bansa nila as heritage na ipamamana nila sa kanilang mga salinlahi, sa mga kabataang Koreans. Even they experienced these Korean Wars, and karoon pa sila ng changing names during Japanese colonial era, but still, their hearts are what? In restoring the world peace in their country. And definitely, Korea are so famous when it comes to BTS. I know you are familiar with this one. Samsung or any other companies. The gross domestic product during 2017 is actually Korea is in the 12th place. Okay, but these are just a legacy that could like change from time to time. But the world peace, that's the best heritage we can actually pass through the next generation. Okay, so definitely, if we have world peace, we can also preserve the heritage, the natural heritage, because there will be no war anymore. So kung wala ng giyera, wala nang sisira sa ating mga kapaligiran, sa ating mga heritage. Ano yung magiging puhunan natin? Definitely, world peace. Okay? So, peace and unification. So the Korean people, the Korea rather, really promotes world peace as their heritage. And here we have world peace, lasting heritage for humanity. So as what I'm saying a while ago, this is the best heritage that we can actually, pass through the next generation, or we can pass to the next generation. So in here, the world experienced World War One and Two in 1900s, and we witness and realize how easily heritage can be destroyed despite many efforts required to preserve it because of the wars. So such heritage is an asset. So definitely that serves as the engine of humanity's development. But sadly, it was like destroyed during that time, during the wars. So loss of heritage equals nation loss. and national laws rather, and a loss to humanity. And the biggest cause of such loss is the outbreak of wars, I said. So furthermore, wars threaten not only heritage but also human lives as well. So that's one thing for sure. So we're able to seek development, enjoying the benefits of the countless heritage we have inherited from our forefathers. So, however, it feels as if the most crucial one, peace is at the what is at the peak. Okay, this is because wars between nations triggered by yeah in our previous lesson, selfish ambitions, greed. Okay, and definitely world peace is the most valuable. So take note of this valuable cultural heritage that humanity dreams of. So how about you? Do you dream of having world peace and having this as our heritage that we can actually pass to the next generation? Okay, so we need to dream of having world peace. So peace involves beautiful virtues we find ideal, and it becomes the fertile soil for other virtues to blossom. So it starts with the seed of peace. Okay, so everyone across the globe has yearned for peace, but it still remains as an unsolved challenges for us to address, right? So it's really challenging to turn all nations into, a peaceful world. Okay, so for us to achieve world peace, we ourselves first need, so take note, tayo muna, need to become peace heritage. Tayo yung maging kauna-unahang peace heritage. Ipamana natin yung sarili natin. We as a peaceful, a peacemaker, for example, we are already a peace heritage, embodying the mindset of peace. Okay? Applying everything that we have learned from lesson one until today. So furthermore, we need a sense of ownership to pass down a heritage of peace to future generations. So let's claim it that this is our heritage. We will want to give this world peace as our legacy to the next generations and lead the efforts to spread a culture of peace to all corners of the world. So through peace education, this is through peace education. So we need to build and spread a culture of peace all the time. So in addition, we should urge the implementation of law at the state or international level to ensure the order of peace and carry out campaigns and activities to help the culture of peace take root. So such endeavors will be the steps that ultimately lead us to the world of peace. Okay. So again, and summarize, we'll have the conclusion of the lesson. Okay, so you can see here, we hope for world peace. That is the best heritage that we can give to the next generation. Yes. So heritage of humanity, natural heritage, cultural heritage, and mixed heritage. Okay, and then preserving and developing heritage, road of peace. So when we preserve them, yeah, that is road of peace. And then let us achieve peace and cessation of war. Let's stop the war, okay, to make such a world a lasting legacy to future generations, right? So, yeah, that's the main goal of peace education, for us to learn how to make this world a world of peace. We can actually consider as our best heritage that we can, what? That will serve as our legacy to the next generation. So, have a peaceful day always. See you next time for another lesson of peace education. Bye.